We just saw Divergent. We just saw Divergent. Ha 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 ha. And it was awesome.
It was spectacular. Generally, when you find an adaptation, you'll watch the movie and be like, oh, the pacing was off. They just kind of like information dumped at the beginning so that the people who didn't read the book will know what's going on. But they didn't do that with this book. The pacing was wonderful. They explained everything perfectly. They did it so well that I don't even think you would know it was a book at any point in time.
So basically, before we go into our stuff, we'll summarize it. Society, future city of Chicago. Society is divided up into factions, each faction for a specific trait. Everybody chooses on a specific day of what society they're going to join. There's a test so you can help decide, but you have the choice to choose whatever. Our main character, Tris, goes to choose. When she has the test, they tell her it's inconclusive, this is a big deal, she's divergent, she can't tell anyone. And so instead of choosing the faction she was born into, she chooses the faction of Dauntless, who are like the soldiers, and they're kind of crazy, and they wear black, and they're awesome. And so the story basically follows her training and getting into Dauntless. And
it becomes very clear, like, shortly after she joins that something is wrong and there's changes that are happening and there's like a power struggle going on within the organization, which Dauntless kind of is in the middle of just because of who they are.
Tris was awesome.
She really was.
I really liked her. The actress did really, really well.
She really did. I enjoyed her as a character. And oh my god, they made her eyes look huge. And just like the makeup they put on her, like, it was like very natural, but oh my god, she looked so pretty all the time. I was very jealous.
Everyone was exactly what I thought they were going to look like. Like my head and the screen, I love it when that happens. The last time that happened was with Hunger Games when they cast Rue.
And yeah, It was just wonderful. But yeah, you really, really liked 4. Someone had a crush.
Okay. 4, when I read Divergent, was definitely by far my favorite character in the book because he was just so unattainable, I guess would be the best way to put it. And his relationship with Tris is very, very interesting, and that translated so well to screen. It didn't feel like the forced insta-love that I thought it was going to be. The whole like, oh, she's so good and I can't help but fall for her. There is some serious animosity in this. Like, one of the best scenes in the whole movie is they're all sitting at this table and they're eating and they're talking, and he says some kind of snide remark to all the newbies like, oh, I don't want to know about your previous factions, you're dauntless now. And she turns to him and she's just like, what faction did you come from for? And he just kind of gives her this really, really dirty look. It's like, who said you could talk to me? And I'm like, yes, that is the character that I love. Awesome.
He was just like, there were some moments in there where he was just like a complete dick and you just had to laugh because you're just like, this is so funny. Like, whoa, honey, calm down.
And he always has like this just kind of like,
He never smiles. Like, just, I don't think in the whole movie he kind of gives like a little, but he never like just full on gives a grin. Like, he's capable of it just looking at the actor, but you're like, he never. You just see like little jaw twitches.
And the other, like when they're climbing up, there's the scene when they're playing Capture the Flag and they're climbing up the Ferris wheel to like get a good view of everything. The only F-bomb in the movie. They're climbing and he's like, I think we're high enough. And she's like, no, we need to go higher. And it's just like this.
It was so funny.
So yeah, he was definitely awesome.
He was probably the best actor in the movie.
And they definitely Tris and 4 played off of each other really, really well.
So I really appreciate that.
Visually, it was great. I loved the costuming for each faction.
Mm-hmm.
I loved how they made the Amity look like hippies. It was
They
awesome. It was awesome.
Pure hippies.
What else was there that was? Okay.
I like the way they did Eric.
I didn't.
Really?
I liked how he looked, but he just wasn't menacing enough. Like, he was trying. He was like a puppy. He was like a puppy being like,
really?
I'm gonna hang you over the thing. I thought
he was just a jerk. He was like a really good jerk, and I always pictured Eric as, I don't know why, but he was kind of like wimpy and ratty, but I liked that they beefed him up, and it made a lot more sense to me.
He looked like I thought he was gonna look, but he just didn't have the menace behind it. I'm interested to see in the second one when he gets an even more of a bigger role with things, how they play him then. But
yeah, I enjoyed his performance a lot, actually. So there we go on that account.
There's the one thing we didn't agree on.
What about the evil woman? What's her face?
Jenny.
Evil erudite woman. Anyways,
Played by Kate Winslet.
yes, it was.
She was fun. I like that they gave more of her. I liked that she had that she has an awkward conversation with Tris, being like, you follow the system, right, Tris? And Tris is like, I don't like you. And definitely in the climax, when everything is going down, she has a pretty good moment.
Yeah. And she just did evil pretty well.
Yeah, she did. She was having fun. It was a fun movie. It definitely did not feel like it was 2.5 hours, because it was 2.5 hours.
And it was just so satisfying.
It was very satisfying, and I'm very excited for the next one.
Yay! Alright, so
Divergent!
we recommend you go out and watch it. Go out and watch it twice,
If
3
you
times.
haven't read the book, read the book. The first book is amazing.
Yeah. But anyways, so go see it, and we'll see you next time another movie comes out. Bye guys!
Bye.